I'm Christine. Welcome to Book Talk. Today we're discussing the second book in Rick Yancey's The Fifth Wave series, The Infinite Sea. Na, 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 Infinite Sea. Infinite Sea. I've been highly anticipating this book. I don't know if you remember, but last year this book came out and I loved it. I gave it like a 99%. I stand by that. I wish I reread it before going into The Infinite Sea. The Infinite Sea was like one of my most highly anticipated books of this year. Now I've read it. And I feel really accomplished having read it. If you have not read The Fifth Wave yet, it's super intense, but it's awesome. I have a book talk about it. If you want to watch that, you can click here right now. Click it and I'll tell you everything, what it's about, the premise, in a very excited fashion. The Infinite Sea is a lot shorter than The Fifth Wave. I mean, it's not a tiny book, but it's not very long. It's 299 pages as opposed to like the 500 pages that were in The Fifth Wave. I did not like The Infinite Sea quite as much as I liked The Fifth Wave. I still really enjoyed it. I love how thought-provoking a lot of the passages are, but not as much happened in The Infinite Sea than happened in The Fifth Wave. I'd give this book a 94% as opposed to the 99% I gave to The Fifth Wave, and I'm really excited for the third book in the series. Really enjoyed it. Not much I can say without spoiling you, so go read it. It's really quick. I read it in a day and a half. If you haven't read the book yet, I'm gonna ask you to leave now. Goodbye, non-spoileries. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Okay, so like I said, I really wish I got a chance to reread The Fifth Wave before going into The Infinite Sea. I didn't remember like anything from The Fifth Wave. Like I remembered main plot points, but I didn't remember Ringer shooting Ben. I didn't remember who Teacup was, Pound Cake was, Dumbo was. We had an idea of each one of those people, and I just knew they were kids in the crew. I didn't remember them. I mean, we open up on the prologue, which is so intense. I couldn't even, shit, the CO2 sensor device, first post-it, holy shit, prologue, yeah. But then we open up on book one, which is told from Ringer's point of view, and I'm sitting here reading it, thinking I'm reading from Ben's point of view, and I am so confused. He refers to Zombie, and I'm like, but you're Zombie. And then it clicks that we're reading from Ringer's. We haven't heard from Ringer yet. And in the first chapter, we have this conversation between her and Cassie, and Ringer goes, I'm human, and then they have this brief conversation, and then they move on. In the next book, we see from Cassie's point of view, and we see the same freaking conversation, right? But it's so much longer. They had this little mean girl showdown. Like, oh, let me do you. You're this. Like, they just kind of stereotype each other. And it's not in Ringer's section. Only Cassie talks about how they talked about that. I went back and reread the first one, and I'm just like, why do you think Rick did that? And I mean, the most logical explanation is to show that one of them is unreliable. I don't get, it's weird. I noted it down and I'm like, what is going on here? Another thing with Ringer, right? She taught Zombie her technique for shooting and stuff. Imagining a silver cord going from her to the target. And that's how all the aliens picture shooting. When like we hear Evan say the same phrase when he gets shot by Cassie, it's fishy. Then we have the whole end sequence. The whole last book is Ringer. That chunk of the book is so thought-provoking and so full of paranoia. And by the end of it, our whole view of this world is flipped on its fucking head. Right off the bat, at the end of Ringer's section, we think Teacup has died. Oh, Teacup's dead. Wait, no. Oh, Ben's dead. Wait, no. Oh my god, Sam is dead. Nope. Evan's dead. Nobody actually dies. It's always a fucking bluff to play with our emotions, and I don't like it. I don't like it, no. The only time I actually really gasped when someone died was when Nordic princess bitch Grace was like, oh, is that your brother? He's dead. Yeah, I gasped so loud. But then like 5 seconds later, we find out that bitch was bluffing. Like, I literally can't remember anything about Teacup from The Fifth Wave. I don't remember the name Teacup. I remember everyone else's name. Not Teacup. Pound Cake. Pound Cake is dead. Not. How intense was that Pound Cake is dead section? And then we go to the next book and it's fucking from Pancake's point of view. And I was just flipping all the shits that whole chapter. He gets shot a million times. Every time I'm like, oh! Ah! He already got shot in the chest. And then he's like, shot in one leg. Ah! Shot in the other leg. Ah! Shot in the knee. Shot repeat. I can't even, this kid. Evan's in the background and Grace bitch walking towards him and laughing. My God, I couldn't even. The bag on the floor, and he's like, all I had to do was breathe. I think that's one of the most intense sections of the entire book. Well, it's hard to say, because we also have that part where Ringer's in the helicopter falling out of the fucking sky as it tumbles, and you could just see it happening, like her slamming up against the thing, kind of like the opening scene of Guardians of the Galaxy. So way more nerve-wracking because it's the end of a book, not the beginning of a movie. Eventually we get to this section where everyone's kind of disappearing one by one from the hotel, and Cassie and Ben have to go check it out. Ben goes downstairs and tells Cassie to go into the elevator shaft and come down that way. I don't know what the fuck that accomplished. I was like, why are you making her go into the elevator shaft? That seems unnecessarily dangerous, but whatever. We follow her into the elevator shaft. Ben encounters Evan, but we don't see Evan. Did we know that that was Evan? I thought it was gonna be Evan. The whole question is, how the F did Evan survive? In this book, we really get more insight into why these aliens are so resistant to death, and it's because of this 12th system. The fuck? He was talking about it before we knew about it, and it was like, oh, my system's gonna crash, and they're like me, they're so capable of anything, and we don't really get it until the end with Ringer. But his system crashes, his ankle is broken, he's covered in second-degree burns, but somehow Evan makes it to the hotel by foot. Reading that part when he was in bed, and Grace was like practically raping him. She didn't rape him, but like it felt like it was going there. Did it not? She creeps me out. I do not like that woman. When she kisses him and he like turns around to kill her and she like rips his wounds open. Oh my God. There's so many fights with like second-degree burns, Evan. I just couldn't, I was like, why? Why are you doing this to him? I can't even handle it. When he's fighting with Ben and Ben like stabs him in the leg, Ben is already fucking dying as well. Everyone is dying, but doesn't die. We're on edge this whole time, and not much happens. We're in this hotel like the whole time, but everyone's injured, and everyone's still fighting and getting into these nasty situations. And on top of all that, we have to deal with Cassie having shot Evan. She's like, now we're even. Not really knowing that Evan's already on his last thread. I can't believe that he's still alive at the end of the book. I can't believe anybody's still alive. It's fucking believable. But Cassie reuniting with Evan, these two characters are so much fun together. I was so excited just to hear them bantering. The part when they're taking the bomb out of the girl's throats, it was so nerve-wracking and we were so on edge. But Evan and Cassie bouncing off of each other, it was so funny. Evan's like, be careful. She's like, shut up. Be careful. Shut up. Gold. Cassie meeting Grace. So Grace goes, I knew she was human, but I never imagined how completely human she was. And Cassie, fuck you, and the horse you rode in on, you fucking alien motherfucker. I just love her so much. And then we have the whole pound cake sitch, bomb goes off, and that's kind of the end of our journey with the regular crew. Not much happens. They're in the hotel, Evan comes back, people get shot 1,000,000 times, hurt 1,000,000 times, people are on the edge of death, Ben doesn't die, Sam doesn't die, Evan doesn't die, pound cake eventually dies. But then we go back to Ringer, where we started. And this is where shit really starts to get mind-boggling. We've got Vosh. I want him to go. I want Ringer to follow through and fucking kill him already. He has this weird need to make Ringer understand what's going on. We're all trying to understand what's going on. And we have this whole metaphor with the rats. Takes me a while to see the metaphor with the rats. I'm just, caught up with, rats. Until Vosh mentions it again. Ringer has this thought, if they can download themselves into human bodies, they can also make copies of themselves. The set of Evans and Vosh's would be infinite. That right there made me stop and be like, what the fuck? But no, that's not even it. That's not even what's going on. That is a legitimate thought. Like, if they can download themselves, then they could copy themselves anywhere. We can download the same program on 1,000,000 different computers. So there would be no killing these things. There's endless supplies of them. But no, that's not it. Get back to the rats. And it's on page 200 that I see where this rat thing is going. Vosh goes, you've lost your home. And the lovely one, the only one that you've found to replace it, is infested with vermin. What do you do? What are your choices? Resign yourself to living peaceably with the destructive pets? or exterminate them before they can destroy your new home. Just that first sentence there, I was like, wait, we finally see why we were talking about those rats in the hotel. What Vosh is saying here is we're the fucking rats, destroying our own fucking home. The aliens lost their home, and they found ours, and they want to live here. But they see us, and we're eating it, we're destroying it, we're polluting it, we're covering it with fucking houses and using up all its resources. And Vosh is like, why would we live amongst these pests when we can exterminate them? When I had that realization, kind of blew my mind again. Like, mother. And then he talks about the rock. We are just not thinking about this in the large scope of things. We do exist because, I mean, we're not 110% positive, but we exist because a meteorite hit Earth and wiped out the dinosaurs. And since that predator was no longer there, it allowed apes to flourish and multiply because there was no one eating them. So they evolved into a million different ape-like species. And that's why we're here today. A rock from space. Why are they exterminating us in this sick, disgusting fashion when all it takes is a rock from space? Again, mind boggled. What the fuck is happening here? We still don't really know. Why? Okay. Then we get the whole Ringer thing, and it fucking changes everything. I don't even know if I should believe it. Basically, she comes to the conclusion that this whole thing is a hoax. This whole thing is a lie. In the end, we have this last showdown between Varsh and Ringer. There's two ways that I'm looking at this now. Is this aliens at all? Was this an alien invasion? Or are these fucking pretentious humans? Is this fucking the government that planned this whole fake alien invasion to wipe out the population and evolve us into a higher species because we're destroying our Earth? I don't even know what to think anymore. I'm leaning towards the aliens. I think there has to be aliens involved here because there's so much foreign technology. But what if it's not? What if this whole fucking book is us doing this to ourselves? So what Ringer exactly says is that the aliens, people like Evan, are not aliens. They don't actually have an alien life form inside them because why would the aliens risk putting themselves inside humans? Why would they do that when they can make the humans think that they're aliens and do their dirty work for them, okay? So basically they manipulated hundreds of thousands of people into thinking that they have an alien life form inside them, that they're not from Earth, so they'll destroy their own planet. All they are people with those enhancements, with this technology in them that allows them to heal faster. And I can't believe Ringer has this now. Ringer 2.0, she's gonna meet up with everyone in the next book, and Cassie is going to try to end everything. Evan knows that a mothership is coming to get Grace. So is Grace special? Is Grace not a fake alien? Or is that just a hoax too? Does Evan think the mothership is coming, but it's actually not because he's actually not an alien. He's actually just a human who thinks he's an alien. This is insane. I don't even know. Everything's questionable. By the way, so happy that Evan and Cassie reunited at the end of the book and we don't have to wait for them to find each other again in the next book. Razor. I really liked Razor's character. And then it turns out he's a traitor, but he actually loves Ringer, so he helped her escape in the end. Everything is paranoia. Everything could be a lie. But if we look at this from this, it's less probable, but other angle that the government decided it's time to redo the human race. If that's what's going on, because it's possible that it's not alien technology. It's possible that we have this technology in our secret government sanctions. I don't even know. I mean, everyone's still alive, which is good and really, really surprising. Except for Pound Cake, he's dead. Razor's dead. Grace is dead, right? She's gotta be dead. She was too close. Do we think in that prologue that was actually Pound Cake's little brother that was taken and put the bomb in his throat and, yeah, it's just really, really sad. It's really sad hearing about what the Red Plague did to everyone's parents and how they were so, in the end, the parents had lost their mind and they were just cruel to their children. And that's the last thing that Pound Cake remembers from his mom, and that's why he doesn't speak. And that's the last thing Ringer remembers from her dad, and she feels like it's her fault that her dad died. I don't even know what else to say. In conclusion, this book blew my mind, just like the other book did. I love that, and it made me think a lot, and I can't wait for the next one. I hope the reveal that no one is an alien, that thinks they're an alien, is made more clear, that we find out if that's real or not. I don't know, because that could be a lie too. That could be a complete lie. Evan could have an alien form inside him. But now Ringer, just with this new technology, can like see inside people. And that's what Evan did with Cassie. So like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really excited to see what happens. If you have any theories or thoughts, please share them. I love to hear what you're thinking. I'm Christine. My favorite character is still Cassie. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.